Welcome, my name is Anthony Velez, and I am going to be your instructor for Jesus and the Christian Community. Not the guy that is in the video in the header for the Moodle homepage for this class. That gentleman is my colleague as well as the department head for Bible studies for degree completion. His name is Brian Henderer. Actually, I think he already told you that in his video. But I am the one that's going to be teaching this class. So a little bit about me, even though I think I told you a little bit about me in the intro email. So there might be some overlap with what I already wrote to you all and what I'm going to say right now. But I guess it's worth saying. I'm a father of 4 and a husband of 1. I am an Anglican, which in the large umbrella of Christianity, with all the different traditions and denominations, you could say Anglicans are kind of like midway between Protestantism and Catholicism, insofar as a lot of our theology is quite Protestant, but we look and feel very much like Catholics. As well as within our own tradition, there are those that are referred to as low church Anglicans and high church Anglicans, and what that means specifically doesn't really matter for right now. I'm involved in various leadership positions at my church. What comes to mind is the catechist ministry, which is kind of like a ministry for new members, basic instruction in the faith, and often leads to either baptism or confirmation. I am what's called a lay reader, which is kind of like a worship leader, and I lead primarily right now in morning prayer, but I've led in evening prayer as well. I help out with music ministry and worship at the church, and currently I'm overseeing what is called a Taizé service. Can you see that right there? Taizé. And this is something that we're currently offering in the Tower, Taizé in Tower, on Tuesdays, every second and fourth Tuesday, at a place called MIA. It used to be Mia Kappa, but it's now Review Cafe, actually as of today, if I remember correctly. But we're in the back room, and we're doing this once again. It's kind of a short, simple, meditative service with songs, meditative songs, as well as readings from Scripture and collective and spontaneous prayers. So you're all free to join us anytime you'd like. Let me see, 5 questions. I want to do the 5 questions that you all are going to be doing, except I think I already answered some of the 5 questions. Let me look at this. I have my prompt over here. What is your program at FPU? Well, I teach in the degree completion program, biblical studies, both Jesus and the Christian Community, as well as biblical perspectives. I have done primarily the blended teaching where we meet once a week and then we do the rest of the stuff on Moodle. And I've done online one time prior to this, although this is going to be a little bit of a challenge because they've done some changes to the Moodle, so there's some things I need to get familiar with along with you as well. Let me see. Tell us anything about your family. I kind of told you, father of 4, husband of 1. I have my kids, basically they're in elementary school, high school, and I have 1 kid in college, 2 kids in high school, 1 kid in elementary school. This right here, teaching, is my work life. And a dream goal, well, kind of connected to the fact that I do this catechism program at my church. I'm really interested in spiritual formation, so I'm kind of thinking about going back and pursuing a doctorate degree. There's a place right now that I'm looking at. There's other places I've looked at too, but there's a place in LA, Talbot Theological Seminary, that offers EDD and PhD in spiritual formation, so I'm kind of looking into that. Who knows? We'll see. And something interesting to or fun to know about you. I'm going to ignore the phone that's ringing in the background there. I am related. I think it's my great something. My grandfather. I'm related to the man who performed the wedding ceremony for Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by this phone, so I'm going to stop this right now and I'm going to come back. All right, I am back, and now I'm going to move from intro to me into class intro. This is Jesus and the Christian Community, and together over the next 6 weeks, you and I are going to be going to look at the life and teachings and ministry of Jesus, as well as the community that emerged out of those life, ministry, and teachings of Jesus. And this is fully online. So basically the way this works is, actually if you turn to page 2 of your syllabus, you will see a course calendar there, and you'll see that basically every week we begin on Monday and the week ends on Sunday, and you'll have assignments that are due, some on Wednesday, not many, some on Friday, and a number on Sunday as well. Let me see. Regarding the The assignments that you'll see in the syllabus itself, I prefer that you use the worksheets in the syllabus as opposed to the ones that are located in Moodle. Also on page 2, right above the course schedule, you'll notice there are some writing expectations. This is kind of rough guidelines, but it works like this. For every 10 points that an assignment is worth, I'd like to see about 100 words to 150 words of writing. So if it's a 20-point assignment, I'm expecting about 200 to 300 words. And if it's a 30-point assignment, I'm expecting about 300 to 450 words, something along those lines. And the reason why is, based upon my experience, there is often a correlation between the amount of writing and depth of thought. This is a correlation. Of course, you can be very concise and still express depth. But my experience is often when students write like bullet point responses or half sentence responses, they're really not engaging the questions as well as the text that the questions are referring to. So I want to see engagement. Let me see what else. Oh yeah, there are some assignments that need advanced planning. I believe I referred to that in the introductory email that I sent you a few weeks ago. Those assignments that need advanced planning are the church visit, a service project, and a Crable report. Crable is one of the books that you're going to be reading, The Upside Down Kingdom. And so you want to get through that book and write this book report. Now, I think more than Crable are the church visit, where you're supposed to go to a church that is outside of your tradition, and you're going to interview hopefully somebody there, and then provide a report of your experience of worship at that church, particularly in light of the person ministry of Jesus as you've come to know him in this course thus far at the time that you visit that church. And also a service project. So one of the things I'll say about learning in this program is there is this conviction that you don't just learn by reading. You don't just learn through concepts and theories, as important as those are, but some things we can only understand by doing. So I'm actually reminded of the words of Jesus where he says, "You will know the truth and the truth will set you free." Now you've heard that before probably, but often what people skip. All right, once again, I am back. This has been an adventure in learning and technology. I've done these kind of postings before, but this is a new phone and it seems very bent upon creating a frustrating experience for me. Anyways, I was talking before I was so really cut off by this piece of technology about that verse from Jesus, and you'll know the truth and the truth will set you free. And I was saying that often people just quote that part of the verse and they skip over the first part where Jesus says, if you put these words of mine into practice, then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. And all of this was basically about a conviction that's present in this program, I think, in Christian learning altogether, that there is learning through reading and gathering information, but there's also learning through doing. Some things we can only understand by doing. And that is the reason why we have you do the church visit, which is very practical, and the service project. And in that way, hopefully, you'll come to understand what Jesus meant when he said, the first shall be last, and the last shall be first, and the greatest among you shall become a servant of all. I think that's it for now. I'm just trying to hit upon some basic logistical issues to launch this class. Oh yeah, it occurs to me since I had this chance to review these videos and realized I got cut off. When I was talking about the writing expectations, keep in mind if there's explicit word requirement like 2-3 pages or whatever in an assignment, then that takes priority what my default that I was sharing with you earlier about, for every 10 points an assignment is worth, you should write about 100, 150 words, that kind of thing. Anything else come to mind before I wrap this up? I'm probably clocking in once I put this all together at around 10 minutes, and that's basically what I wanted to do. There's a lot of stuff that comes to mind, but I'll save that for instruction later on. And I will be seeing you online. I will be responding to you in the forums, or I will be sending you emails. I'll be interacting with you in a multiplicity of ways. So see you soon. Bye.